So I want to talk because your girl feels frustrated. Um, so with this whole, I'm a nurse and I work from home remotely by the grace of God. But however, during the pandemic, which a lot of mandates, there was a requirement for to take the vaccination, which I didn't want to. I actually refused for a very long time, but again, I work from home. However, they told me that in order to keep my job from work, in order to keep my job at working from home, I had to take the vaccination. And I work from home. Didn't make any sense to me. I understand nurses who work in, well, I really don't understand actually because the vaccination doesn't work, but that's another whole nother story. But nurses who work with other people in hospitals, I work from home. No one is around me. I work from home. Anyways, I got the first vaccination to keep my job working from home. And a few months later, they told me, hey, I had to get the booster in order to work from home. And I did. I got the booster. Didn't want to, but I wanted to keep my job. And I know a lot of nurses, other places like literally quit or lost their jobs because, and other people too, because they didn't want to take the vaccination. However, I chose against my will to take the vaccination because I wanted to keep my job. Fast forward, my job currently is telling me they will be disintegrating my role, meaning in a few months I will no longer have a job because they have no need for me anymore in my role. I am pretty upset. I'm upset because I didn't want to take the vaccination. There's a lot coming out in regards to what's happening, the side effects. It's leaking out slowly. But not only that, I took it for you, the vaccination, to keep my job, yet you're telling me I am not going to have a job in a couple of months. So the point of this video is to say, because I did everything right, I'm just giving you a little history about me. I grew up from a Caribbean family. Go to school, get your degrees. I'm actually currently getting my master's right now. And, did all that. Got my bachelor's, nursing. Now I'm getting my master's. And I did everything right. And I'm still, a job, it's not guaranteed when you work for a company. And I've been saying this for a long time. I knew this since I was a kid. But when you listen to other people, especially family, they have a great influence on you. You tend to, you want to please people. Okay. And I heard someone say this and it really came to me. They said, everything that you have now is a culmination of all the decisions that you basically made. It was a quote somewhere. I can't say who, but it's what you thought of and what you brought yourself to. I am so upset, but it makes me even more determined to create my business. Like, I am so sick and tired of working for people. When I worked in a hospital, I wasn't treated correctly by both upper management and patients alike. And working from home, given, I am so grateful for the opportunity, still am, but it just shows you when you work for other people, they can just discard you whenever they feel like it. I guess this is a little rant, but it's just like, when are we going to stop? Ladies and gentlemen, when are we going to stop putting up with this? When? Like, we don't have to work for people. And given, I'm not even going to lie. Like, I never wanted to work for anyone, but I did it because, nursing and, the pay. Let me tell you something about the pay. Well, I'm not a travel nurse. Those travel nurses, different. I'm not a travel nurse. I don't want to work in the hospital environment. That's not something I enjoy at all. It's not even an option for me, especially discovering working from home. I can't go back to that world out there. Like, no, not happening. And I think there's so many options available to us right now. And sometimes we're so caught up in our head, like, how are we going to do it? How am I going to do it? And I'm just, right now, I'm on a rant, but it's just like, girl, Chantel, you got to get this done, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. When is enough enough? When are you tired of having to interview, having to do, say the right words, or, asking for the job? Like, when is it? Don't get me wrong. You need a job, whatever. Of course, I need a job. But creating your own is way different, even if it's part-time to start, to begin with. And right now, I'm just on that journey where I'm like, girl, you got to get your own. 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 You cannot be working for people. It's just like, I feel like I want this to be one of the last time someone says to me that they're disintegrating my role. Excuse me? That's how I feel. That is how I feel. I am just sick and tired of being used and abused. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of it. And I feel that it's out there, it's available to us. I feel that we can create our own income. And I'm just going to begin that journey. And I guess I'll share that journey with you guys, but I'm over it. Like, I'm seriously over it. Can you imagine getting a vaccination that you did not want to keep your job, and in the end they tell you, hey, by the way, we're not keeping your job? It's like, what? It kind of reminds me of, like, I'm going to give an example. It reminds me of a female. Let's just say I'm a female. Well, I am a female, but let's just say I'm a female who wanted to save my virginity. And I met a guy and I'm like, hey, I really like you. I want to be with you, but I'm saving my virginity till I get married, right? Virginity equates to vaccination. And he's like, hey, no worries. Give me your virginity and, I'll marry you in the end. And you're like, okay, well, we've been together for a while. Okay, fine. You give the guy your virginity, and then afterwards, virginity is a vaccination. And then afterwards, he's like, you know what? It's not gonna work out. That's how I feel. Like, what? Do you know what I just did? That's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And yeah, I just feel like, yo, Chantel, something's got to give. I am sick and tired. I am just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being frustrated. I'm sick and tired of not wanting it to be Monday morning. I'm just sick and tired of feeling that there's more out there for me to do, and I'm not doing it. I'm just clocking in and clocking out for work. I'm sick and tired of I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I just wanted to share it with you. I guess you know, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity available to us. And I grew up with a mentality of victimization. And I'm just learning just recently that I am not a victim. I am not I can control my circumstances in every way possible. And given, you know, they're disintegrating my role, but at the same time, I have to look at it as a blessing. Like, this is a blessing to start a new path for me. It just changes. I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I'm sure there's other women, men who feel the same way. Like, I'm tired of working for y'all. It's the truth. I'm tired of working for people. I am just sick. I'm tired of you telling me when my break time is. I'm tired of you telling me when I can take my PTO, my paid time off. I'm tired of having to request paid time off. I think that is just such an insult. I'm tired of you. I'm just tired. I am. Your girl is tired. Like, I'm a grown woman. Why do I have to ask you when I could take my time off? This is how I feel. I don't even know if I should be posting this, but this is how I really feel. Like, I live in a free country. My God, Jesus said, I'm free. He said he came to set the captives free. And so I'm free. Like, why am I imprisoning myself? Like, that's how I feel. The victim mentality, I'm just so sick of it. Another story time. I lived in, just previously, I moved, but I was living in this apartment where this guy was stalking me for a while. And he was stalking me for like months. And I was just like, oh, poor me, and not doing anything about it. And now reflecting on it, I'm just like, you could have done everything. Finally, I got fed up, and when he tried to break in at 3 a.m, by the grace of God, protected me and woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Listen, it's hard to wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, but I woke up and saw him trying to come in and call the cops. Do not defund the police, by the way. Anyways, because the police came. Just gotta say that. But yes, and that's when I was like, I am not a victim of my circumstances. Like, enough is enough. Like, enough is enough. Enough of complaining and still doing the same thing from day to day. I'm tired of complaining about my circumstances, yet I'm doing nothing to change it. And I realize I've been getting frustrated with other people when they complain about their circumstances, yet they do nothing about it. And I had to reflect, like, why am I getting angry at them when I do the same thing? And it's so important when you get angry at your situation, you have to sit down and really just reflect and say, why? What is it about them that's angering me inside? Because initially what you see about them is probably a reflection of what you or a part of you have inside, I guess, has inside. So you're seeing that in the other person, and you're subconsciously recognizing that about you, that you don't like about you, or you need something that you want to fix. So the victimization attitude, like, for me, annoys me. And I didn't realize one day, I had a coach who said, you always act like you're the victim. And I was like, what? Because I think I'm the most independent woman ever. And she, with some self-reflection, coming from a household where uh, my mom, especially, and my dad, both consider themselves victims all the time. What kind of mentality did I grow up with? If both your parents think they're victims and you are not consciously aware of it, you tend to take on the same type of thinking. And it takes, I think, it takes reflection. It takes the putting in the self-work to say, you know what, I want to change. I don't want to be the same. Uh, I don't want the same results. And you have to be the one to put in that work. And so I'm just sharing this because with my job, it's just enough is enough. I mean, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who, a lot has been going on lately in the economy where people are, getting laid off and inflation and things are happening, but we are not a victim of our circumstances. We can still make things happen for us. I am a true believer in it. Is it a walk in the park? Maybe not, but I think that is possible. We live in America, the greatest country ever, and it's possible, I really, really believe that. And so I'm just sharing this to just prove my point, talk to myself. Sometimes you got to be your own encourager, Sometimes there's not going to be other people if you especially are in an environment where everyone considers themselves a victim. There's not another person you can speak to because they're going to have the victimization mentality, and then you're going to, of course, go back to what you know. Where when you are trying to pull yourself by the bootstraps and you are developing a mentality where you're saying, you know what, I want better, I want to do better, then it takes a certain type of dedication, work, isolation from your past. I mean, reflecting on it, seeing it, but consciously being aware of it and saying, you know what, enough is enough. So is enough is enough. I am, right now, my plan is to develop a business online. I'm working on that in the process. I don't want to share too much about it because I kind of don't know what I'm doing, but something's got to give. I can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. I'm tired of working for people. I am. And some people don't mind it, and that's fine. But this is for the females who are sick and tired of working for other people too. And they feel the same way. So I'm just sharing my thoughts, and let me know what you think too. Have a blessed one.